Hello, hello. This is Sue Sanders, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Normally I go and do a video for Saturday, Suzie Q's sketch card Saturday. However, yesterday, for some reason, YouTube was not wanting to let me go on, and then my camera started messing up and it wouldn't let me record. So I just thought I'll just do it on Sunday instead. So yesterday, Saturday, I did quite a bit of yard work outside. Yay me! And I learned how to drive the zero-turn lawnmower that we got last fall. So that's going to be really fun to mow the grass this year. Let's see what else. Oh, then I cleaned out my flower bed, so I weeded that and got all the leaves and stuff out of there. So today I'm kind of hurting because I wasn't used to that bending over and kneeling down and the jarring of the lawnmower. So we're just going to do something kind of relaxing today. I'm not going to work outside. It has been 80 degrees for the last 3 days or thereabouts, sometimes higher. So that's very unusual for springtime. So I'm really waiting to see what's going to happen this summer, how high the temps are going to be. So this, I just want to remind you that the Notes of Spring is a stamp set that is the product of the month for March. So with a $75 or more order, you can get this stamp set for $5. It's a really cute stamp set, and I've got mine on order. So when I get it in, then hopefully we'll still be able to play with it. The next thing that I want to remind everybody about is we have some online exclusives coming in May. So in May, look forward to some online exclusives that are going to be really fun to work with. There's an animal set. It's called Sweet Old Friends, and actually it's like a Winnie the Pooh set. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait to get that set. And that comes with dies and an embossing folder, 2 stamp sets, and 2 die sets. Let's see, then we've got a really cute set here that's the Ouch. It's Band-Aids and things, so that'll be kind of cute to make cards for people that have been sick or have had surgery. Let's see, then we have a Splash and Relax, which is a summertime theme. Looks like there's ice cream, maybe a cup, beach ball, swim ring. So that's going to be another fun set for summertime. So I am looking forward to those online exclusives that are coming out. We also have a new catalog that's going to be coming out in May. If you have not ordered from me in the last year or 6 months, and you would like a catalog, please reach out to me and I would be happy to send you one. My current customers that have ordered in the last 6 months, they will automatically be getting their catalog. So you don't have to order that from me. I will just automatically send that to you. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I don't think there's much else. Today we're doing the number 11 card sketch for this year. So it is number 11 for my Saturday sketch cards, even though this is a day late. I encourage you to take this sketch and run with it, make it yours, do whatever you want with it. You can use designer series paper, different colors of the cardstock. What I usually do for my sketch cards is I pull out old retired paper and I just make them out of whatever colors I pick out that time, and I cut it to make my sketch card design. So today we're going to be having our card base, which is the 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Our layer is going to be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. We have one mat that measures 2.5 by 3.5. And our number 2 mat is 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I used 2 dies that kind of fit inside each other. You can use whatever you have. If you have punches, you can use punches or dies, as long as they nest in together. All right, so this is our sketch. Let's turn it over, and we'll put this together. so that you'll kind of see how it goes together for us. And like I said, you can do whatever you want with this sketch. You could add ribbon, you could add lots of embellishments, just use it as your own project, should you say. I'm going to load down my first mat, and I have a couple of cards. We're going to put together a card today. Plus I have another example of a card that I made using this sketch. You're going to put the number 1 mat kind of on an angle on the front, and then we're going to do the number 2 mat. And I don't know if you've been watching me for any time at all. I did sketch cards last year, and then I thought, well, this year I wanted to keep kind of a number of the sketch cards that I did. So I started my series kind of all over again and numbering them. So that by the time we're done with the year, you should have 52 different sketches. And then your green, or your focal point is down here. You could even do this with a die if you wanted to. If you didn't want to do a sentiment on this, but you wanted to do a sentiment on your card, you could put a leaf or a flower or anything down here instead of the nesting circles. So that is the way the card goes together. And here is the card we're going to make today, that I'm going to make with you guys. I am using Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, and some of it's called the Splash of Sparkle Designer Series paper. This is so pretty. So here is some of that paper, and as you can see, I've cut into some of them. So we have this one here, and this is what we're going to be using today for our card. And then on the back side of that is a diagonal stripe. There is a very light colored pink with swirl designs on one side, and then the other side is the balmy blue and the pink with silver foil in it. And that's really pretty. Then we have a piece that is polka dots with just a bunch of circles and all kinds of colors. And then we have, it looks like paint stripes, and I've cut this off, and I'll show you where I use that at. This one I just love, and I have a project in mind. This is the Timid Tiger, and it's got gold foil in it with the pink. And on the back side of it, it has just different swatches of colors. There's that circle again, that's the full sheet. I cut off the orange and the yellows for a card already. And here's one that's got the gold flecks through it with just some different designs of links and circles and squares and squigglies. And then on the back of that, that's Timid Tiger. I didn't really think I liked Timid Tiger, but this paper goes beautifully with it. That's the other side of that. Let's see, do I have any other? I have this one here. This is the pink with the silver foil through. And on the back side of that, you have some bigger designs that have the squiggly inks and things. So that's the paper that we're using. And this is, let me check my code on the front of this if I marked it. And of course I did not mark it. I believe this is an online. What is it? It is called Sparkles, Splash of Sparkles. My assistant is checking out to see if it's an online exclusive. Pick up all of my scraps. One of these days I'll be making cards with scraps for us because, okay, it is online. So that paper pack, the Splash of Sparkles, it's got gold and silver foil, and it is $16.50 a pack, and that's 12 by 12. Okay, so here's my card base. here is my layer. So I'm using some of that pink and purple. I believe it's bubble bath. Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape is in here. So we're going to lay that down. So I hope you all have been having good weather wherever you're located at. We had a cold snap last week early, and it kind of killed my irises. They're all turning brown now. Hopefully they'll snap out of it. Okay, so there's my layer on that card. And now here is our layer 1 and our layer 2, and I use the Designer Series paper. So the back of that, so that's the Designer Series paper. See, how did I have this going? This is 2.5 by 3.5. So this is actually my first layer here. It's going to get laid down like that, and then the Gorgeous Grape is going to get laid down on top of that. And we are going to use the stamps from the Greenery Lane stamp set. So here's the stamp set that we're going to use. We're going to use the Love and Hugs here. And then for the Delicate Motifs, we are using Here For You Always. So I have a friend of mine that is going through some difficult times, and so I just thought that this would be a nice pick-me-up card to send to her. So I'm going to stamp my green on my little white circle. Here For You Always. And then on the inside, I'm going to stamp Love and Hugs. And I'm doing that in Gorgeous Grape. And that didn't come out quite as right as I wanted it to. We'll just turn it over and stamp it again. Press down a little bit harder on that H this time, since that's what seemed not to want to take to the paper. Much better. And then I think on the inside, I'm going to take my Gorgeous Grape again. Gotta get a piece of scratch paper here. And we're going to do a leaf down here in the corner. And I'm going to stamp this full strength down here in the corner, like so. I love this leaf because you can leave it open, or you can do the two-step stamping. And I'm going to stamp off my inside. And then I will stamp this on that. So there is my pretty inside so that it's decorated. And we're going to attach our greeting to the front. I want to remind you that if you like my videos, hit the like and subscribe button. You should be notified whenever I'm going to have a new video posted or I'm going live. That way you don't miss out on it. And I do encourage you that if you do the sketch, take a picture of it and post it out there to my Suzie Q Stamping Facebook page. And then that way your beautiful work can be seen by others in our group. I want to see how everybody else uses their paper. So we're going to lay our inside down. And then we'll finish building our outside with our layers. I just thought that this paper was so bright and cheery. Anyway, it makes me happy. So So how many of you have ever had a sleep study test done? I had one done years ago, but I'm having to have another one tomorrow night, either 8 o'clock at night, and then sleep in a strange bed, all hooked up to wires and electrodes and stuff. Don't you just know I just love running out of tape in the middle of a video. Give me a second to change my tape runner. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to going to the hospital to have a sleep study test done, but it's something that I need to do because I really need to wear a CPAP machine. Alright, now here you've got two choices. You can roll this down flat, or you can pop it up with pop dots. I'm going to just lay mine flat. And I'm just going to lay it right there. And I did forget my embellishments. But that's okay. We're just going to use something else that I've got here handy. We're going to use some very light blue ones because they kind of look clear and they kind of pick up. And these are just a retired set that I have here on my desk. So they're kind of silvery looking. And we're going to put one down here on our... So there you have the card. And that's just a basic card, but you could definitely emboss this layer so that it gives it some more texture. You could stamp on it to give it some more texture. I mean, I could have taken my leaf and I could have stamped on it, but I just kind of wanted a nice, simple little card. So there's the sketch card. Let me show you another one that I made up using the same paper pack. And then I put gold behind my timid tiger that I stamped. And this is a thank you card. And it just says, "You make me smile." Because I have so many people that just really make me happy. So those are the two cards. Let me show you. These are the cards that we made Friday in my monthly class for stamping. So this is the front of it. And that's the inside. It's just a friendship card. That was one of them. And then the other one was this double gatefold. So you open it like this and out like this. And you're using lots of paper for this. So this works out really good if you have lots of little scraps. So that was the second card that we made. And then this is the third card that we made. And I used the washi tape that goes with the, I just had it here, the Greenery Lane set. So then it opens up like this. So those were the three cards that we made on my Friday monthly class. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email. If you're local, you can attend in person. I have one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I have one at 6 p.m. on Friday nights. And I have a downline that I was so happy. She came to my class on Friday, and she brought me a surprise. And I wasn't expecting anything, but she purchased these things for me. It's one of the Tombow glue holders. And as you all mostly know, I use my little bottle, but I can still leave it sitting upside down, and that way my glue is ready to use whenever I'm needing it. This is a little gadget that's about, looks like it's about 6 inches long from the openings, the ends of the openings. But this you can use to see if you need extra postage on those cards that you make, because if your card can slide through it without getting hung up on anything, and it's good to go for the regular amount of postage. So I was really excited about getting this. So that was cool. Then she got me this little easel that sets up a card like so. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but they all match. They're like I think of them as a magenta, like maybe the melon mambo color, but I really like them. And she got these from the Country Hive, and she said that she can purchase them. So I was really excited. So thank you very, very much, Charlene, for sharing your goodies with me. I really appreciate that. Let's see, what else is going on? I don't think much else is going on. Let me give you a hint. This is how I keep my sketch cards. I got this little photo album. It's just a cheap little photo album from the dollar store. And it holds like 48 cards in here. So I just put all of my card sketches and I have them numbered. And then on the back, of course, is my measurements. So this is how I keep all of my card sketches organized. And that way I know I'm not repeating it for you all. So that was last week's, and so now we'll just go ahead and put in this week's. It's number 11. And I've got one of these books already filled. So this was my little book that I have that I started in the last couple of years, since I started with Stampin' Up. So this is my other sketchbook. So it's already filled with all kinds of sketches. I still have more room, but so that's how I keep my sketches. And they're just right here on the tray by my desk, so I can refer back to them whenever I'm needing some ideas. Because you run into this slump when you just don't know what to make. Pull out your sketches, and I might even add a little bit of ribbon to these to just spruce them up a little bit more, but you don't have to, because sometimes plain is beautiful. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today, even though I was a day late in doing this video, but I hope that you all have a wonderful week, and we will have another video for next Saturday, which is Saturday, April 1st. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe, no it's not. It's April 28th, it's March 28th. I forgot we had another weekend in here for March, which is a good thing, because I have lots of things coming up in April that I need to get done. So you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.